Hey there everybody, Kopiki here. Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 2. In the last episode, we had ourselves a major plot dump. One that basically ended up telling you the story of what's actually happening in Kingdom Hearts 2. We had the War of Hollow Bastion, where we managed to defend them from the evil Heartless. And also the Organization 13. Demyx got defeated, so he's kaput and gone forever, and we're never gonna see him again. And the organization's plans is to essentially do the same thing as they did to 358 over 2 days. What that is in 358 over 2 days, they utilized Roxas to go ahead and defeat a bunch of Heartless to go ahead and, recreate Kingdom Hearts. They're doing the same thing with Sora. So we're essentially doing the 358 over 2 days missions. Sort of. Not really. I mean, to be honest, it kind of might as well be. So all of the worlds essentially are now reset, and we need to do them all over again. What that means is that it's not the same exact story. We just have bigger threats that we have to deal with. Unfortunately, Sora kind of has no choice but to defeat the Heartless because, well, they can either not do anything and let them kill them. I mean, there is an attention to detail, though, is that I think if Donald and Goofy... Well, no, actually, no, there is no attention to detail, because I think even if they do it, they still pop hearts out, which kind of is weird, but I don't know. Anyways, let's continue.
I wonder how everybody's doing.
Yuck!
Wait!
Sora!
Mulan! Hey, no time to talk. We gotta catch that guy.
I'm following him too.
Then let's go!
I think the only good thing I can take out of the second visits is that the cutscenes are going to be a lot shorter now. So, hey, I can finally talk about what's been going on with this entire game as a whole. Essentially, the organization is trying to do the same thing as they did in 358 over 2 days. What that kind of ends up meaning is that they're trying to recreate Kingdom Hearts, and the only means of them doing that is they need Sora, because he's the only one that can pop hearts out of Heartless, and they can't do it themselves, so they're friggin' lazy. Anyways, Serenity Stones in the synthesis shop can essentially create a bigger and better item. So if we utilize it, it becomes the power band becomes the Buster Band, which allows us to have an extremely high defense. It's pretty cool. Actually, pretty useful in my honest opinion. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and end up getting a much better equipment, just use the Serenity Shards. Essentially, we're going to be utilizing that a lot to go ahead and get what we want in terms of item progression. But other than that, you know, the items are pretty good, and I recommend getting it wholeheartedly. Unfortunately, we don't have a Serenity Stone to be able to go ahead and, you know, upgrade the soldier earring. There's really no point in recreating the same exact item. Trust me, you don't want to waste that. But yeah, that's essentially what the organization is doing. Why Kingdom Hearts starts a lot of the rest of the Kingdom Hearts future series are going to be doing that a lot, where you kind of go through world after world after world until the game actually gives you the story plot. Because I always do this whenever it comes to Kingdom Hearts. I always separate the Disney worlds with the Kingdom Hearts plot. So, you know, that's just how I do it, in my honest opinion. You don't have to. We're actually supposed to be patrolling the mountain, but it's so cold and windy. Well, we can see the mountain from here. That's not really patrolling, it's being lazy, but whatever. The captain's gone, so we're running whenever the enemy comes. They don't chase us too far. Better to live and fight another day, right? Y'all some lazy soldiers, I'm not gonna lie. I guess now that I think about it, I probably could have actually explained that a little bit better. But now that the organization is now coming to play in the story, finally, we now have the introduction of nobodies now spawning in normal worlds, which is really good because it means that we can finally end up getting the items that we want. Because trust me, these guys are the ones that ends up sporting like the Twilight charms and whatnot, and essentially we are going to need them. Booyah. Look at that. They give us the Twilight Shards, the Twilight Stones, and essentially a lot of Twilight items. Like how the Heartless gives us Dusk items, the Nobodies gives us Twilight items.
Looks like he got away.
How come you're after somebody from Organization 13?
What is that?
The guy in black.
One of the bad guys.
I knew it. There's a rumor in the Imperial City about a spy in black, lurking in the mountains. I'd been up here tracking him, but when you arrived, I lost him.
Oh.
Sorry.
Don't apologize, but I do wonder where he went.
Again?
Okay, first things first. Hey, you! Quit sneaking around!
Alright, so you might be thinking, oh boy, they were reusing things, mechanics already? Well, yes and no. Yes, because this fight actually entails of you fighting the Man in Black. Obviously, you already know who the Man in Black is, because if you play Kingdom Hearts 1, and you already know who has this equipment already. Seriously, I don't know why they try to make it mysterious. Like, you already know who wields this kind of Keyblade already. So essentially, we have to fight this Man in Black, but just in case if you don't know who it is, I would be very, very impressed if you didn't know who this is. Like, it's not that obvious. I mean, it is obvious. I shouldn't say it's not that obvious. He does end up starting to shoot Dark Faraga at you after a while, but there's nothing that we can handle, you know? I think I can just shoot him with magic. Okay, good. He's not resilient to magic. I thought he was resilient to magic at first. Zip. But this also gives you a good idea. I think there's a time limit for this fight. I'm not sure if you have to drain his health at a certain threshold. I could be wrong. I mean, to be honest, you can't really win this fight per se. You just kind of just keep hitting him until he dies. It is a good way to get some experience, though.
That guy. No. Why would he? Riku?
Are you okay, Sora?
Did you get him?
No. He's gone.
What? You lost him?
Anyway, what now?
I think that we better get rid of all the Heartless first. Whoa!
What was that? Come on, we better get off the mountain.
Okay.
heading for the city. We've got to warn Shang.
Anywho, let's go ahead and end up saving this thing. Oh no, a giant monster is flying towards the capital. Sure, I was sleeping on duty, but this wasn't a dream. No, really. What the? Did you hear? A flying monster has been spotted. I think he just jumped it up though. The palace? Just go down to a checkpoint to get. You guys are the most useless, pointless soldiers in existence. I swear. Anyways, it's a good thing we now have aerial dodge now, because we basically get ourselves a glorified double jump. But yeah, I mean, the place is called Land of Dragon, and you know why? We haven't fought ourselves a dragon yet, and there's our dragon right there. His original color scheme is blue. I mean, your models may vary if you actually prefer the original design. Funny enough, these guys, I think I've already said it before when we first met them. This is their original colors. This is not their, there's not their reskins. It's nothing. Also, Neo Shadows. They have a reaction command. I don't know how to activate it. Let's have to remember these guys are not weak to my BS, so I have to remember that. Oh, there you are. Unfortunately, since we are utilizing the magic build, you can kind of see the major problem with utilizing such a build, but it will end up becoming a lot more better as time goes on. But for right now, it's pretty much jank. Then the guys say that we kind of just obliterated practically every single enemy in existence. So I don't know. Is it really jank, or do I just suck? I don't know. It really all depends on my mood. But no, I'm actually glad that we're finally at the second half of the game, because the second half of Kingdom Hearts 2 ends up spawning some very interesting bosses. We're not gonna be fighting Disney bosses anymore. Like, you know, now that I think about it, now that I say that, it's funny, because that's my complaint with KH3, with the whole you're fighting almost nothing but heartless bosses. But my complaint is that we fight barely any Disney bosses. And even when we fight any of the Disney bosses, they're not even that fun to begin with. They're kind of boring. But hey, I mean, that usually is what happens, and the case for a lot of things, in all honesty. But what are you gonna do? Because that's like my one critique with Kingdom Hearts 3 is that you only fight like what, I think like 2 Disney bosses, and the rest of them are just heartless and a bunch of other things that I'm not gonna spoil, even if Kingdom Hearts 3 is old as is. But you know, LPs don't want to really go into detail of future games at the moment, even though it's, you know, whatever's. Shut up now. Damn. I keep talking, and it's like, you're about to say something, and you need to stop yourself immediately. You've been doing that since you've been playing like any other game. Oh, we were almost about to do the reaction command for this guy. I kind of want to see what it is, to be honest, but I don't know how to get him to activate it, to be honest. So instead of me trying to deal with his BS, I'm just gonna kill him. Go away, Neo Shadows. I keep forgetting, you guys are not weak to, wow, you guys died? You know what? Maybe at some point, if I decide to, at any point, to give my other teammates some good old fashioned, what I like to call actual defense mechanisms, except for the second party members. Like, if I'm gonna just be utilizing Donald and Goofy a lot, maybe I should probably give them some armor so they can survive. It's not like they're a liability per se. So you know what? Let's actually do something that I normally will never ever do in this game, because I never bothered to give them any sort of particular items. And the only reason for that is because I'm future Kingdom Hearts games kind of train me to not do that. So it's like, whatever. Probably could have used the tornado enemy to propel me upwards. I'm gonna come here because it's, yeah, so it's right here. What do you have to say? What's that huge shadow? Seems to be heading towards to get there. Follow the path of the checkpoint and curves and blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. So you say the same exact thing. You guys just patrol the area doing absolutely bugger all. Cool. Alright. So let's go ahead and take care of the dragon. After we end up doing the same exact thing that they made us do the first time we came here. I swear they're not reusing assets. Trust me, they're not. Huh? Everything's fine. We clearly saw a giant dragon pass by here. Everything is not fine. Yo, what's up? Look who decided to show up. What is that, a problem? Nah. We're just glad you're not the Black Cloaks. Not in Black Cloaks. You saw him? Yeah, he's in the palace. Okay, maybe they're not going to reuse assets. Never mind. Okay, we're cool. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. Except this time they have the horseman dude this time. Totally different. Totally different fight. Whatever. Anyways, I don't really mind this. Like, I think at this point we have seen almost every single enemy at this point. So, unfortunately, I ain't got nothing else to really say about these guys except for the fact that I am bad with Kingdom Hearts names. Like, I think I'm only good with Kingdom Hearts 1 enemies because at least they're, you know, a bit more manageable for me. These guys, I can't remember for the life of me because it's like, what are you? What am I supposed to say about you aside from you just being kind of stupid? And also, you guys just really love spamming shockwaves because that seems to be like your main bread and butter gimmick. Oh my god, do you guys like do anything else besides that? Go away. Why aren't you dead? Eh, whatever. You're dead now. It's like, why aren't you dead? So luckily enough, since we essentially have the capabilities of dealing with not a lot of cutscenes in these worlds anymore, most of the time we're gonna be just going from point A to point B now.
Open up!
Over here!
Up!
Huh?
Alright, so for this fight here, you kind of want to summon Stitch, and trust me, you're going to go in and thank me later for this. Anyways, hello Stitch, and now you look at my face. Okay, that's cool. But trust me, you're going to want to summon Stitch for this.
Wait!
Riku?
Huh?
No, never heard of him.
You know what I'm more impressed about? How the hell did he pass all four of us? Anyways, new nobodies. These are the snipers. I don't know why they decided to go ahead and introduce them now, but I mean, to be fair, it makes sense. It gives you the indication of what Xigbar is. Yes, that is Xigbar, you know, Big Rax, the man with the sniper with the gun. But anyways, these are his nobodies, in all honesty, because the game's not going to really tell us that they're his nobodies. I mean, who else nobodies is going to be? Demyx is dead. We don't have to deal with the dances anymore. Lord. Anyways. Stitch, the reason why you want to summon him, because Stitch has the capabilities of blocking projectiles by shooting them every single time they end up showing up. The snipers ends up having an ability called, actually I forgot what it was called. When they shoot their sniper bullets, you can utilize a reaction command that allows you to deflect the bullets right back at them. Funny enough, it doesn't really matter, because Stitch makes it very trivial, so hey, whatever. Anything to make it a little bit much bearable for me, I don't really care. Seriously, like, come on. Utilizing combos of spells and all bunch of your utility, it helps me a great deal. It's like it's one of the best things I love about the Kingdom Hearts series. And, you know, I'm hoping that when I get to 3, I'm not gonna be meh with it. I shouldn't be, personally. And the reason why, because my gripes with 3 is a bit on the balance spectrum. It's a little bit in the middle, but I'll get to that later. Because as of right now, I thought I was going to have that issue with Kingdom Hearts 2, but no, so far, me returning to the game makes me appreciate, but also kind of makes me realize certain aspects of the game that I don't like. And it's one of the biggest things that you can tell. Like, the game's cutscenes obviously haven't aged well. That's one thing. But the moment to moment in the final few sections is pretty good. Not on par with the sequel, but it's pretty good. The combat is still solid. There are still some things here and there that I kind of wish that you had that 3 ends up giving you, and you know, here and there. That's just usually how it goes when it comes to sequels. Mind you, the only difference between this one is that the developers are different for 3 than they are for 2, but whatever. I'm not gonna really go much into it. All I know is that for right now, synopsis is Kingdom Hearts 2 is pretty damn good. It's good for when you end up getting into the full meat of the game. And hey, if you want some longevity, like I said, there's always that randomizer. That randomizer is actually pretty good. Can't recommend it enough. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, we get the palace map, which I don't know why you need that, because there's literally just the corridor and this place right here. I will say the maps are still useless in this series no matter what. And we get ourselves a torn page. We'll be dealing with Pooh later. Even though now that I think about it, we got like 2 episodes of Pooh that we got to deal with. Damn it. I was trying to figure out what that glowy light was for Hollow Bastion, and I completely forgot. That was the Queen recipe. The Queen recipe gives you the Save the Queen for Donald. Unlike Save the Queen and Save the King and the Ultimate Keyblade, they're not as good. Like, they're very, like, they're good, but they're not, like, OP like they were in Kingdom Hearts 1. They're not the end-all, be-all weapons. They're situational moves, and, I mean, situational Keyblades that we can utilize. I'm actually disappointed we did not get to use Photon Debugger. And yes, I know, Demyx is weak to water, but in the Kingdom Hearts typing, they considered water as ice, which I guess makes sense. Not really. Anyways, let's go fight the boss, shall we? Now, you think you were going to fly all the way into the sky and fight this thing in that sort of fashion, but not really. Anyways, first thing you want to do is end up hanging on. This, I think, is named Storm Rider. I think that's his name. For a Storm Rider here, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and take out his horns. Every time you're on him, he will end up causing lightning bolts to be struck by him, and he will not stop until, you know, he's down. When you end up destroying 2 of his horns, he will drop down to the ground. He also has a reaction command that can, well, do that naturally to him. It's kind of finicky to get on top of him, but he's one of the only few Heartless that you can get on top, and I kind of recommend it. In all honesty, I kind of recommend a lot of things in this game. But to be fair, very interesting boss, very cool design, but the boss fight kind of overstays his welcome, unfortunately, because what you see is essentially most of the boss fight. He kind of does look like he has a Bahamut-looking face, but he's not really Bahamut. It'd be kind of cool if this is what the Bahamut model would have looked like if we gotten Bahamut. Did I also mention that we were supposed to get a Bahamut summon, but they decided against it for some reason? You think we would have gotten Bahamut as a summon, like, let's be real. It would have been the best thing ever, but then they decided against it for whatever reason. Anyways, this is his carpet bombing, where he will go to one of each side of the arena and drop bombs on you. If you stay on the ground for too long, he will end up just causing thunder to be conducted constantly onto the floor. You don't want to really stay on the floor for too long. And trust me, when I say that your party members are completely useless in KH2, this is one of the many fights where they kind of are absolute trash. Alright. When you end up destroying both of the horns, he will have 2 ways of, he will end up basically roaring twice. Well, trying to get up, and then when he does that again, you want to go ahead and use Reflect, so that way you can deal a lot of damage to him. Trust me, I know what I'm doing, sort of. And he's about to do carpet bombing again. Oh no, actually no, he's doing his thing. You can actually reflect these. I don't think you can reflect them back at him. I really bother to try to do that. Once he gets to half health, he will do his second mechanic attack, so just be prepared for that, you know? I'm trying to get him when he's, like, trying to hit me. Ah, there we go. Okay, well, I think that got him. Come on. Okay, well, alright. Well, what are you doing now? Wait, what's that? You didn't even go anywhere. He seems to get really, really angry right now, though. Alright, so this is his reaction command. If you want to beat him in a stylish manner, just, well, do this. Seriously, it's actually really stylish if you can actually kill him like that. You don't really need to go for stylish points, even though Kingdom Hearts 2 seems to be that kind of game where you kind of want to go for style. Trust me, it's actually pretty cool when you go for kick-ass style. Anyways, I think he should be doing his second attack, which is him going into the center. Yeah, here it is. This, I don't really know what to really call it. All I can tell you is that you don't want to be into the front. When he does this, the wall will enclose, however, and they will start to shoot lightning bolts constantly. It's kind of like a Final Fantasy XIV mechanic, if you've ever actually played Final Fantasy XIV. Don't know why I'm even making that comparison, considering nobody actually probably played Final Fantasy XIV. Long story short, dodge lightning bolts. That's essentially all you have to do. Anyways, what are you doing? Ah, you're doing carpet bombing again. You can ride the wind. It gives you a lot of mobility. It's kind of similar to riding on Wisdom Form. And honestly, I probably should be using Wisdom Form in this fight, but it's fine. We'll just do this. Get a bit of that going on. Okay. Well, sometimes he tends to do this. Sometimes he tends to not do this. It really all depends, and it's all good in the hood. Also, he kind of does it twice, where he does one sweep, and then he does the other sweep, and then he's kind of dumb, and then he, you know, he's kind of annoying, you know? Alright, what are you doing now? What you doing? What you doing? What you got? What you got for me? Alright, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna flip you up, put you like that, transform into this, go into anti-form, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and just ruin your day. This is not what I meant to happen, by the way, so this is kind of unfortunate. Which also kind of sucks, because anti-form, unfortunately, cannot do... Actually, if you go... Okay, you know what? Maybe we can probably still salvage this. Can we still salvage this? Let's find out next time on Kingdom Hearts 5. Wow, I can't believe we salvaged that. No, seriously, I'm surprised that we salvaged that. That was actually weird. That was the most weirdest fight. Also, Donald learned the best limit in the game.
Way to go!
Once again, you have served China well. It would please me to reward you. What is it that you wish?
Well... You say a guy in black came to see you. What did he say?
That is all you request?
Yes.
Dragons have crossed our land and left a great web of paths. These dragons wield much power, and they are the source of many gifts to both man and nature. But it would seem someone of evil intent disturbed one of our dragons and transformed it into what you call a Heartless. It is my belief that this young man came to warn me of that danger. Then I could alert and prepare my troops.
Did you?
I was about to, but he told me the situation had changed.
He said 3 wise guys had arrived, and they would take care of things.
That's gotta be Riku.
But what's he doing hanging out with Organization 13?
No idea. But at least I finally know he's okay. That's good enough.
Yeah, that's good.
Now then, Famula, do you have a request?
I'd like Shang. The captain.
Yes, my dear, what is it?
Could the captain have a vacation, please?
I hardly expected such humble requests. In this case, I'm afraid I must refuse. Captain Lee's responsibility is to protect the Emperor. And yet, Mulan,
Yes.
would you like to serve alongside him and protect me?
What?
2 reeds together are stronger than one. But the choice is yours alone.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
I think like 2.5 worlds are kind of those plot points, because the next world is actually that too. But we will be doing that world after we do the 2 Pooh episodes that we were supposed to knock out, which I completely forgot. But then again, the last episode we kind of went on for too long. Sorry that this commentary was a bit kind of all over the place. Kind of having like a little bit of a difficult time in talking because it's something that's hurting me, but whatever. Anyways, in the next episode of Kingdom Hearts 2, we shall be heading back to Pooh and doing 2, count 'em, 2 minigames. Anyways, see you guys next time. Latest.